The market's down 30% year over year, but here's why you shouldn't be concerned. Hi, it's Lindsay Fricks with your April Phoenix market update. So the market is technically down 30% year over year, but what does that even mean? Like, what does it mean? Well, it depends on what you're talking about. In this scenario, I am talking about the number of real estate transaction or the transaction volume done year over year is down about 30%. And that sounds super scary, which it kind of is if you're a real estate professional or you rely on real estate transactions for your income, like me. The general consumer should not be concerned about this because deals are still happening. They're just not happening at the volume that they were actually a couple of years ago. And so if you're a buyer, what you really need to know is that rates have been super volatile and have been scaring people a little bit because they've been unstable. They're up, they're down, the Fed announces something and they change. Here's what you need to know. If you can afford the monthly payment and you think that you're going to be in a home for 3 to 5 years at a minimum, it may be the right time for you to buy, but it may not. And everyone's circumstances are different. If you are in the market to buy right now, what you're going to be experiencing is lower inventory, meaning the choice for homes is a lot fewer than you'd be expecting. And the great homes are going to go super fast. So if you see a house and it looks like everything's remodeled and looks very turnkey and move-in ready, that house is probably going to be pretty competitive unless it has some major drawback like it backs to a really busy road or a freeway. So keep that in mind. When we're in an environment where supply is lower than demand, that's where prices go up. So today's market looks a lot like the years 2017 and 2019, and nobody would say that those were by any means a bad market. They're just a little bit different. They're not as fast as it was from the last couple of years, and that's okay. But what that means is that prices are probably going to modestly appreciate in the single digits. So we're probably not going to see any of this double digit crazy growth, but prices are going to appreciate from where they are today. If you're out there looking for a bargain, you might have missed the window that you had last year when we were going through what we call a market correction. This was by no means a crash, but the market correction. So from May to December, the market went down 15%, and we've already climbed back since December, up 7%. So prices are going upwards, but just not as fast as they have in the past. So if you're expecting a deal on a house, you're probably going to want to look at the further outskirts of the Phoenix metropolitan area where those deals are more likely to occur. If you are a seller, everything that I just shared with you is good news for you because lower supply means lower competition and means it's easier for your home to stand out. So right now, homes are getting about 97% of list price, meaning 97% of whatever they start to sell at. So you should expect as a seller though, that you are going to be asked to offset some of the additional expenses that buyers are incurring with rates going up. So I'm telling all of my clients right now who are sellers to bake in 2 to 3% for seller concessions that will go towards a buyer's rate buy down. If you have questions about what that looks like, ask me. But I always think it's smart to be conservative in what you estimate as your net proceeds, and hopefully we can negotiate out of it. One of the areas of our market that's actually performing quite well right now is new construction. So all of the new construction starts that are now closing are closing significantly above the median house price. But we started to see that all of the builders have really pared back on their permit submissions. So they're not actually planning to build more homes because they are feeling this economic uncertainty and pulling back. I think they're going to be disappointed that they do this in the coming months because I do think demand's going to return and they're going to wish they had more houses in their pipeline in order to sell them. But for right now, they're being super conservative. Kind of the same with investors. We have the lowest amount of investor purchases at 12% last month than we've seen in quite a while since pre-2020. So what that means is that people are just a little uncertain about where our market's going, and that's totally normal. But if you're not an investor or a flipper and you're not planning to buy a house and sell it in a short period of time for a profit, this shouldn't concern you. I coach all of my clients to make sure that they know that you really need to keep a house at least 3 to 5 years in order to make it make sense with all of the closing costs and the house maintenance and repairs that you're required to do during the time that you own a house. So if you have any questions on any of these details, or if you want to see anything in regards to your submarket or neighborhood within the valley, just be sure to reach out. I'm here for you. Have a great day.